the functionality of the IceWarp to that free plan that they have, and help them to prepare new plans that they can get a new revenue that is just there, but they were not able to upsell anything. So now I'm the only one talking, so I'll be asking a few questions if I might. Currently, the sales team that is here present, are you talking to the ISP or telco? Do you have existing customers like that in your portfolio?
Yes, we have some ISP customers, and we are planning to do an event with them. So for time shortage, we are not doing it this week, but we are trying to do it very soon.
That's great. That's great. My experience is that if you think we can help you to be part of the webinar or whatever event is that, and we can come out with the examples of the hosting plans that we discuss together with them, we can help you to create the proper argumentation and value for those clients. So if you think we can be part of the webinar, it definitely helps you, to learn and observe. We will not be talking to your customer directly. We can be as your team member or partner, whatever you decide. So my suggestion: bring us on board with your webinar. That's going to help.
Yes, yes, sure. I will talk with Shafak sir about this.
Okay. Perfect. And is it a similar situation that if it's a ISP from your region, they provide the emails for free, right? There's probably the many cases, right, like that.
Not all the ISPs. Different ISPs have different systems.
Okay, that's good. That's better. To be honest, in Europe, it's very common that the emails are coming as a free, complementary, part of a package when it comes to the connectivity or hosting. So it's very tough for them to upsell these clients who are used to not to pay in the past. But the trick is that if you offer even a little more functionality, like the team chat, or video calls that are for free, to their grandpas or to their families, it works very well.
Yes, I agree.
So if you don't have any more questions with regards the ISP and telco, I will continue. But please feel
I
free
have
to
a
stop.
question about renewal. Um, okay, so you said we will have the control about the renewal. If the customer wants to renew from your another partner, so would that work for us?
We have agreed with Safik that you have a country exclusivity in exchange for some revenue. So definitely no business is coming out of Bangladesh without Safik knowing, and we intend to keep our word. So we cannot fail you. It's bind by the legal contract that Adam has prepared for Safik. Adam, please correct me if I'm wrong, but we provide the Safik exclusivity for 1 year right now, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm just not sure if there would be. I mean, I don't know from the past if IceWarp, uh, but I don't think IceWarp worked with Bangladesh really at all. So all the business would come from corporate Prayopti anyway.
Thank you. So you can continue.
Okay. So let's look at some more traditional situation with the client, because these were just one breed of the ISP, but there are other ones. And those, for example, they like Microsoft Active Directory. That's very hard for them to leave it. We support Active Directory. Either it's an Islamic bank, they can keep their AD as credential or authorization server, and the IceWarp communicates with the Active Directory of the bank without problem. Or is a customer whose top management just doesn't want to leave the Office 365. We're fine with that. It's very economical decision. So if it's 5,000 employees, 100 managers will keep the Office 365, and 4,900 employees can use the IceWarp, because they're just don't need to use all the functionality of the Office 365. So it's for the customer. he can have a hybrid environment running the Office 365 and IceWarp on the same domain, which it's a very unique feature. So the customers, they don't have to leave the Microsoft environment completely, but they can save lots of money, because usually the people in a field, selling the insurance, you don't need much. You need video conferences, you need a calendar, and you need a CRM and email. So there's no need for the Access, SQL, and Teams. It's just too expensive for them. So it's a very nice solution. So if the customer is freaking out, oh, I need to leave Active Directory, or my boss, he wants to keep Office 365, say him, it's perfectly fine. We help you to set up that under one domain. It works well. Or you can run into the Outlook lover, a very common situation. But it's good to mention to the client that the ecosystem that Microsoft has around Outlook is changing very fast. And the version that is coming to the market right now is going to exclude everything else from the connectivity. So the next Outlook that will be released, there will be no IMAP, there will be no POP3, there will be no plugin available. It's going to be web-based only in the wrapper. So you will not connect any other messaging or email system, just Microsoft Exchange or Office 365. So they completely lock their environment, and they will not let anyone in. So they will have full control of the customer on the computer and in the infrastructure as a server, which we consider to be a big threat. In order to fight that, we have an offer that you can start discussing with your customers, and that's providing the desktop client for free for 6 months for customers under 250 mailboxes. So they have time to accommodate, the new tool, the new software, because the rollout and the experience, it takes some time for the users, to learn how to be comfortable with the new software. If the customer is bigger, they need more time to roll out that within the company. So therefore, we provide IceWarp Desktop Client for free for 1 year. And there is no obligation. If they decide after 1 year, you know what, we're not comfortable with desktop client because it's too much of a blue color. Okay, we're fine with that. We give it the best. They tried, just didn't work. Or the customer says, you know what, forget it. The Outlook, they're looking themselves up. We need something a little bit more open to be able to work also with a Gmail or some Hotmail account besides the IceWarp environment. So our IceWarp Desktop Client is compatible with any other messaging system on the planet. It's open standard. Or you talk to the client and he says, you know what, we want to keep the Microsoft Exchange, or we're planning to buy Microsoft Exchange because of the functionality, blah, blah, blah. And we help the customer to take a closer look about the cost. So we're able to help you to calculate the initial and renewal cost when it comes to the software assurance or the SLAs that are there. So this is just the example of the beat sheet when it comes to the Microsoft Exchange. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about how we help you to be able to be confronted well with the competition. We have battle cards for most of the solution. I can show you the one for 1,000 clients. So right now we're looking at the it's a PDF viewer integrated into our collaboration platform. So this is the beat sheet for the IceWarp versus Microsoft Exchange, based on comparable size, hardware, and licensing infrastructure. We also compare the functionality and also a little bit of a design. But to be honest, this Outlook here is a little bit outdated, but our product guys, they decided to keep it this ugly for obvious reasons. So Outlook is not that ugly as it is here right now, but I think our solution, our interface is much better. So this is a beat sheet for the Exchange. We have also the beat sheet for Office 365. I'll show you how it looks like, so you can also compare the prices. But that wouldn't be that unique. There are other important points. I'll show you which one, and that's making sure that the customer really knows what he's paying for, because for them to decide what package or what set of functionality they should choose, it's a nightmare. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the Office 365, but I expect if you are, the top seller of the Office 365 in the country for 3 years, you probably know the trick. So you might be probably much better than I'm in this. But for the customer, selecting the proper set of functionality, it can be rather difficult. And what it end up like at the end, they have what they need, but they realize they have to pay for the functionality they don't actually need. If they need Office 365, why should they pay for the Access or SharePoint? Why should they pay, for Sway or Yammer Enterprise if it's not needed? But they're forced, to have that. So we can help you to compare the packages that are tailored to your customer needs and have them compared on yearly or total base cost for 3 or 5 years. So the customer is comfortable of understanding what he's paying for. Okay, so these can be available to you, or we can help you, to face the customer and try to explain what his situation when it comes to the purchase cost is. Some might say we love Microsoft or we love Huawei. It's a brand. They're going to be here for another 50 years, and the customer will be right. I like those logos. Actually, I have a friend. It's a vice president for Eastern Europe at Huawei. We're laughing from time to time what we see on the market, but I'll tell you one trick that works well with a client. To ask them if they can pick up the phone and call Microsoft for help, or call Huawei for direct support, or can they call the CEO of their collaboration platform supplier? They cannot. They will never manage to get through with their phone. With IceWarp solution and our philosophy, either you as a partner, with the Bangladesh exclusivity for the whole country, and also your customers, they can pick up the phone and call the support directly, and that makes us very unique. With Microsoft and Huawei, you just open up a ticket and wait 3-5 days. But 3-5 days being cut off from the collaboration solution, that can also mean that you're out of business. So we believe this is very unique to us. Zimbra. I love this one. We have a great beat sheet. It's probably 12 pages old. So in case you are working on the tender or applying with your bid against Zimbra, we have really every functionality compared between Zimbra and IceWarp with red color where Zimbra fails. And Zimbra is cheap. It's a community-based solution. We know that. So sometimes the Zimbra claims, yeah, we have this functionality, but the truth is a third-party software, is a binary script on Linux doing the magic. It IceWarp, everything is under the web management for the administrator to be able to tune the setup for every customer needs. In Zimbra, for example, there is no recordings. They don't have the functionality. There is no possibility to run video conferences with 1,000 clients at the same time. Zimbra is just not capable of doing that. Their desktop solution, their desktop client, is very old. It's really looking back 10 years in the past. So their video conferencing is third party. And if you try to open up the demo account or download the Zimbra trial server, what's funny about their video conferences? The first thing they ask you do you want to start a Zoom call? Not their own video conferences, but a Zoom call. So that's Zimbra. Nextcloud, I like this one. It's German solid solution with some missing functionality. but otherwise I like this product. It's really based on on-prem